Hey YouTube, this is Ben, and I'm actually going to be doing a series. Well, not really a series. I guess you could call it a series of videos asking questions that are most asked by non-religious people to religious people, namely mainly Christians. These questions are asked specifically to Christians, and that's because as of right now, Christianity is still the more predominant religion in the United States. There are other religions that are becoming very popular. But right now, Christianity is still the predominant religion, and so a lot of people seem to be asking questions, and I don't think those questions are getting answered in the most, I guess, productive way. Most of the time, your answer by your average person, Christian, is going to be, "It's in the Bible. I believe it, and that's how it is." And I grew up in church, so I got that answer a lot. And really, I think that's kind of a hand-fisted way to answer any question that a non-religious person may have for you as a Christian. And really, they walk away from the debate or argument that you may have had. They walk away from that particular instance, and they've learned nothing. The only thing that they've learned is you are very close-minded, and that they think you're a fanatic. That's basically the only product that they walk away with, and I want to try to change that and shed a little bit of light on some of the questions that are being asked. I have several different questions that I wrote down, and I'm going to be asking these questions in this series, and I'm going to try to answer them in the most unbiased way I can and try to explain what's going on. And at the end of the video, I'll ask different the viewers or whatever if you agree with what I was saying, or if you disagree. If you disagree, tell me why. I'd like to know. So I guess my first question is going to be, lots of people wonder what the stance is with Christians and the separation of church and state, why they're so for it. Well, the separation of church and state is the First Amendment. It reads, Congress shall not make any law, or Congress, word for word, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. So basically what that means is that the United States government doesn't get to have a state religion. They can't tell you what religion you should be, and they basically keep religion out of the government, so to speak. And a lot of Christians, the public school system is controlled by the United States government. If they want to take religion out of it, they can. It's a government thing. So I mean, as much as I hate saying that, that is the case. They don't want Bibles in school. They don't want you to pray in school. Whatever. It's a secular environment. It's ran by the government. They decide what goes on in there. If you don't want your child to be in a school that doesn't have any Christianity specifically, okay, because this is specifically a Christian thing. The King James Bible was taken out of schools, prayer was taken out, and people are up in arms about that. This is specific. If you want your child to be in that environment, I would suggest sending them to a Christian school where they can be around that environment constantly. You can't expect the government to work around you. That's what separation of church and state is all about. It works both ways. The government doesn't tell you what to do in your own home or in your church, and you don't tell the government what to do as far as what laws to pass. If the church held so much sway over the passing of laws that the government does, then in a sense we would be a theocracy. We wouldn't have the government that we have today. It would be ran by religion and religious figures. And we all know that's not what we want. People say that the United States was founded upon religion. All our founding fathers were religious and this and that and the other. I disagree with that. I think they may have been religious, but the United States was not founded upon religion. It was founded upon freedom of religion. You could be whatever religion you wanted to. And religion didn't mix with politics. And that's another video that we'll touch on eventually. I think people definitely take advantage of the separation of church and state slogan from both sides. Usually at the end of the day, it always ends up in a Supreme Court decision that only one side is happy about. and we all just end up not talking to each other for a while. And it's just, to me, I mean, it seems to me that it's kind of, Christians kind of seem to want it one-sidedly. They want to be able to have Bibles in school. They want to be able to have prayers in school and have religious classes in different schools. They want to be able to do that. But yet when the government tells them, something that they're doing is wrong, or this, whatever, they say, well, it's separation of church and state. You can't tell because this is, my freedom of speech. Okay. So they basically, and all religions, not just Christianity, they kind of use that First Amendment to their own benefit, and the government uses it to its benefit as well, when they need to pass certain laws. So, I mean, I think we all just need to understand that as Christians, we're not going to usher in a utopia. Everybody keeps on trying to make America a religious society. It's not going to happen. You're not going to usher in a utopia and things are going to get better and better and better and better and better, because according to the Christian, the KJV, King James 11, or whatever Bible you're using, it says Christ is coming back. So I don't understand what people are doing trying to make the world a better place, religious-wise. And I wouldn't really call it a better place because, I mean, it can't be. According to the Christian belief system, Christ is going to come back when the whole world is basically just a big, giant madhouse. And basically, I mean, that has to come to pass. All these different things that are happening has to come to pass for according to the Bible, if that's what you believe, for Christ to come back. I mean, what is your take on this? What do you believe? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I'm not trying to take either side. I'm just trying to explain to you, that we should be focused on other things. As Christians, it seems to be that we're mainly focused on saving America, because most American Christians think that America is the last vanguard to Christianity. If America falls, the whole world's going to go to hell, and I don't believe that's the case. I think that stems from pride. I think that's a very proud statement to make, and according to the Bible, pride comes before the fall. So, keep that in mind when you place so much stock in the United States and religion in the United States. I think that it's something that should be addressed, and really I think you should keep religion out of politics and out of government as a whole. There doesn't need to be any religion in the government at all. Just to be fair to all. The United States is a very fair country. There are many different religions here. I don't believe in ecumenicalism, but you can't yell, put the King James Bible back in schools, but then say, no, we're not going to put the Quran in schools, or no, whatever other holy book that any other religion would have. No, they're not allowed in our schools. We'll only take the Bible in our schools. It's one-sided, and I think here in America people are so narrow-minded, and they're not thinking. See, if you put the Bible back in school that everybody seems to be for, then you're going to have to put the Quran in school. There has to be classes on Quran. You're going to have people having prayers. Muslims will be praying in their prayers along next to the person who wants to have the King James Bible in their school, and obviously that's not going to fly. People aren't going to like that. The same people that wanted the King James Bible back in school and prayer in school are going to complain. We don't want Muslim beliefs in school. We don't want Islam being taught in our schools. They're going to complain. So, like I said, I hope I didn't end up just trying to, being rantful or anything like that. I didn't want this to be a rant. I just wanted to try to shed some light on both sides and what people believe in. And, if I miss anything, let me know. And see you guys on the flip side.